Hey everybody, it's Doug here, Doug Mystic on Board Game Geek, bringing you another playthrough. This is going to be one of many. I got so much to catch up on. Anyway, we're looking at Dawn of the Zeds, 3rd edition by Victory Point Games. You know that I like Victory Point Games. Darkest Night, one of my favorite games. I got Nemo's War coming soon too, the new edition of it anyway. And I've had this one for a while, and I've played the older edition. It's very, very similar to this one. Except this one expands like tremendously on some things. Anyway, we're going to talk because we got to finish setup. And I did a lot of the setup, and I'm going to walk you through it step by step. Just so you know, this game, I'm going to tell you, the one thing about this game is it's complicated. However, it's only as complicated as you want it to be. The new game, the new 3rd edition, comes with a ton of books. Everything from what they call the No Brains rulebook, which is almost a family light version of the game, which I do not recommend if you're a gamer, okay? And all the way up through a heavily complex version of the game, which is called the Director's Cut level, or level 5. And I'm going to show you that because I'm just going to give you an idea how this works. So this is the book that talks about the setup and epilogue of the story and what you're trying to accomplish. Now, in Dawn of the Zeds, we are trying to survive a zombie outbreak. This is what they call a state of siege game that Victory Point Games puts out. That I remember, I'm blanking on the name right now, but I played one. It was literally in a baggie long time ago. I think it was the first or second one. It was a fantasy one, and I loved it. I used to take it to hotels with me and play it at night when I was bored and didn't want to go out and socialize or anything like that, which is not usually the case, but sometimes you just don't. Anyway, this requires, you notice this, it says board side B, so there's even 2 sides of the board, and it keeps going up and down in complexity. So aside from the initial setup, there's the level setup for each group, each different one. There's the basic game, which is right here. You can see it tells you all the components you need, how to build the card deck, etc. We're not doing that one. There's the outbreak level right here, which is basically the one step up from there. I believe my good buddy Marcus at JPlay is doing a playthrough. I'm sorry, I'm shaking the page, I realized. Doing a playthrough of this level currently. And so if you want to see that level, by all means, pop over to his stuff. He's probably going to do a better job at this than me because I'm going to go all in and do something silly. Well, not completely. I am going to go to I think it's going to be, level 3, the brains level, and we're going to do that. That's right, because I want to include the super weapon, the VIPs, the special raiders, what they call the fours, raiders, refugees. I can't remember the exact term, but you'll get it as you go. So we're going to be playing basic level 3, and I've set up some of it. I've already set up most of the stuff on the board. The only thing I haven't done is to pick our characters and set up our decks. Now, I did already pick this group here. I did it by putting all of these tokens for these guys. These are civilians. This is a special civilian or a super civilian, whatever you want to call it. I put them all in this nice Dawn of the Zeds bag, and I drew one out at random, and I got WZED. And with that comes a card and a token that has some special abilities on it. And you'll see how this plays later. But you can see that they have a movement value, they have a strength value. They're very weak in this sense, but they have this ability to transmit information and actions, and so that's very valuable. But the WZED, it says, and this is about Farmingdale, it says, Shockman Bronson, long the leading shock talk show host on WZED Farmingdale, often berated his hapless guests for being brain dead and witless zombies. Now he's got the real thing on his town's doorstep, and he couldn't be happier. Deep in Shockman's soul has lain a desire to be a serious journalist, and now is his chance. Hitting the streets, and where is it? I'm losing my place. Hitting the streets, and at times a Zed, Bronson and his trusty producer, Bert Psycho Ward, keep the citizens of Farmingdale up to date on the rampaging Zeds, giving emergency broadcasts and interviewing various personalities working to bolster Farmingdale's defenses. With this motto, society's dead enough without the undead adding to it. He works tirelessly in the field and a broadcast studio to keep up the town's morale. So it shows you it comes with a token, and also this emergency broadcast token, which has an ability associated with it. So this is the basically elite civilian that we have in the game. We only get one, and there's several. There's a whole bunch actually. if you have the Kickstarter version of this. I don't know how many there are, what will be in the normal retail version. I think all of them. I'm not sure. But anyway, we also get to build a super weapon. That's cool. I think we, in this version, I got to double check, but I also think we're going to be using the, if I'm not mistaken, we'll be using, well, I guess we're not using the hospital. I'll have to look and see, but I'll look in the setup for this, but it doesn't look like it. So anyway, the next part of this, the thing I haven't done is, there's two things. First off, I haven't done our resources. Down here at this part, you see, well, our actions are going to go up every turn, but you also see supplies and ammo, and I'm going to set those in a moment. You also see the Zeds action track. We're not going to use that. We're not using the jail, so I put the super weapon components in the jail. Just to add, just so they're close by. And then you see a bunch of things on the board. I'm going to zoom in on one spot, and we'll start to go over what that means. But first, before I do that, I'm assuming that some people know what this game is, but I don't know if that's true. So basically, we're going to have our heroes, and the hero tokens look like this, for example. And they're going to be start all here in town with this civilian unit, which we got a very strong one in town, and also the WZED, Special Civilian Unit. And we have these tracks coming into the town. You can see down here, you see the highway track, and there's already a dreaded Zed on the highway track that's getting ready to come up here. You can see it starts here, and it goes 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down into the town. If ever any of these bad guys get into the town center, we lose. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. If they get there, we're done. We cannot let them get there. Now, but along the way, there's stuff. So in Space 5 here, you see Indeburg. It's a town. You see that little number right there. That means that it's defensible, and we'll explain how that works as you go. And we currently have civilians, refugees, and civilians there. These are the townspeople, and right now they're on the defiant side, which means that until a Zed comes here and attacks them, they are not going to go anywhere. They will not move, cannot move. Same to be said with our civilian combatants. These are civilians that can fight back. Now, we got a pretty good one on this track, too, with a strength of 3, and you'll see how that works later. That's not bad. But you also see that they, too, have the Defiant token over them. They cannot move until they've been attacked as well. Once that happens, these guys flip over, and they're going to start fleeing back based on event cards and things like that. And these guys will be able to start fighting. And we can do everything from build barricades to toughen that up and block the way. But essentially, these zombies are going to be marching toward the town center where they can feed on all the population that's there and lay waste to the town. Now, along that way, if for some reason, let's say we were pushed back out of Indeburg, we would put something there. Sorry, I'm still hoarse, guys. I'm still recovering from my surgery, though I'm feeling immensely better. They did have to put a tube in my throat, so it's still a little scratchy. But it's improving tremendously. So basically, we would then, if they got pushed out of there by zombies, then there would be a chaos token. This is another way to lose. If too many of these chaos tokens get on the board and we don't clear them and keep our places safe, then there's chaos erupts around us and there's no way for us to stop the zombie horde. So that was the highway track. We also have up here the mountain track. See, we got the really powerful, man, this scared me when I saw this come out. I'm like, that is our danger zone right now. An 8-point regular zombie unit, very, very tough, and you'll understand why that's so tough as we go. You see that here in Lefty's Pass, we have again refugees and civilians that can fight. And there's places that you notice there's a lot of defensible places along there. There's Lefty's Strike Mine or Lucky Strike Mine and the campgrounds all give defensible locations as they head into the town. We'll see if we can defend the town and keep that track as clear as possible. We got to stop those big zombies. So down here we have the suburbs track. You can see we got a moderately powerful zombie there. This is our player action. I'll leave that right here for now. Just leave it alone. You can see that we got 2 sets of defenders there with these civilians and 2 sets of refugees that can come back. We have a bridge here that's also defensible. Sometimes that bridge can blow up and cause problems for the zombies and us. And we have the university right there. Hopefully they don't get overrun. Now these green spots are the places that can be overrun by chaos and give us a whole lot of trouble. Okay. Last but not least, we have the forest track, which runs up through here. We got another really strong unit. We've got to start off unlucky. Coming up this way actually, I believe these guys are not in the farm. I got to look at the map again. Yeah, these guys actually belong here in St. Thomas. They're not in the farm. But they're going to block the way for these guys coming up. Hopefully, we're going to have to build barricades and be as quick as we can, but barricades require resources, and that's bad. So, that is that is the map. And then when you get to the center of town, you got a number of districts. You notice that they are 2 defensible, which is really good because we're probably going to need that at some time. We have the laboratory. Some stuff's going to go on there, so I sure hope I get a character that does science. And otherwise, that super weapon thing is no good. We got a refugee camp up here. When the refugees come, they will go into that camp, and then we can recruit them and replace them with combat civilians. That is cool, but they have to survive and get to the refugee camp for that to happen. And then we have the Farmingdale Hospital. There's the cemetery over here. If they don't go to the cemetery, they go into the hospital where they can be recovered. And I do think in the brains level we do use that. I'm trying to see for sure, but I don't see the EKG marker. Oh wait, yes we do. Yes, absolutely. So we do get the EKG marker. So we will be using the hospital too, which means we can recover some of the civilian units that might get hurt in play. Now I know this game, at this point you're probably going, my god, that looks complicated already. But trust me, there's lots of good stuff in it. The game support on this is fantastic. There's every little thing, these little cards that just show you how to do just about everything. So they're just little cards, plus the rules are not that difficult. You just got to remember that you're going to draw an event and you're going to take that event action, then you're going to take the player's actions, and that's really how it's going to flow. There's a lot of nuance in between there. Speaking of which, we have to build our deck. Now we are going to be playing a solo game. So, but before we do that, let's talk about the initial parts of the setup. The first thing we obviously do in the setup is we place the board, right? So that's the first thing that happens. Then we give each player an action marker. Now we're only 1 player, so in the solo game, we only get 1 player action. That doesn't mean we're only going to get 1 action total. A lot of the characters have special actions they can do. We also get actions based on the event cards, and we also get the special actions of the special units. So basically, right now the event action marker is going to be on the 0 space, and that's where it is. So now we're not playing the basic game, so it's not set that we get, I'm going to move the cards back just a little bit, it's not set what we get for our starting supplies and resources. We are playing something more advanced. So what we do is we do a dice roll, and the dice totals would be the supplies, right? So the first thing we do is we roll 2 dice. I'm going to get a dice tower for that so we have something to roll on the table and keep the dice from going everywhere. And since I'm on a roll with Victory Points game stuff, I'll use my little Necromancer dice tower from my first edition or second edition or whatever it is. I guess first edition Darkest Night Necromancer box bundle stuff. But we're going to roll 2 dice. Boom. Well, that's pretty good. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9 supplies. Now, how you do that is, so we're going to start off with 9 supplies. That is about as good as it can be. But then we're also going to use those same dice to take away, manage our ammo. And this kind of sets a balance for you, right? So the next thing we're going to do is the amount of ammo equals 6 minus the lowest die result. So we're going to take that. I'm glad it wasn't 2 6s, right? Then we just started no ammo. So, but we are only going to start with 3 ammo because we're going to take 6 minus lowest dice gives us 3. So that is the next part of the setup that we hadn't done yet. The infection level obviously starts at 0. We don't have anything infected. Infection levels come about from being in hand-to-hand combat or if refugees are killed. And basically it means that the infection spreads in the area more quickly, etc., etc. Okay, so then we gathered all the heroic civilians. We got that. We got the fate. Let me see. The Super Zed units are already in a cup. My normal units, so all the zombies are in a cup. I got the Super Zeds in another little tray. And Super Zeds are super nasty with special abilities and things like that. And they could come out. They might not. It's hard to say. So yeah, we're going to skip a lot of things because they don't apply to this one. But we got all the regular Zeds and our Super Zeds in a deal here. Now we need to pick our heroes, I believe. Yes, we do. So our heroes, what I'm going to do is, we got a lot of heroes, and I get to pick one, actually. And there's a big stack of cards. These are, as you can see, these are the cards that not only represent the characters, but also the special heroic civilians, etc. I'm going to pick a character out that I want to play, and then the rest of them are going to be randomized. And like I said, I kind of hope that we get somebody that has some scientific abilities. That would be really awesome. So I think that I'm going to pick. I was debating on picking between Alyssa or Sergeant Piazza, and I think that I want to do Sergeant Piazza. She is a sniper, and she comes in so handy. I'm going to get her out for you and show you what she looks like if I can find her and all this stuff. I'll find her as soon as I'm no longer looking for her, which is usually the way it goes. Okay, not there. She is, or Captain Piazza rather. Here's Captain Piazza. She's going to definitely be the one I pick because her sniper ability is just so cool. It says Elite Sniper. Piazza can make long-range gunfire attacks. Her gunfire strength is based on range, how far away she is from the units. She has this Overwatch ability, and she can craft ammunition, and she's got this for a versus game, but we're not playing a versus game. So for now, I'm just going to put that aside. I'm going to find her token and take it out of the tokens that we have for our heroes. Hopefully, I don't have the same problem, but it looks like I will. Trying to find her token for her character. Oh, there it is. Okay, so here is Captain Piazza. See, she starts with a strength of 3. She's going to be here in town. What we're going to do with the rest of the heroes is we're going to put them in a bag and pick. Now, in a solo game, we pick one hero and we have to draw the other 3. So let's see who we get. I'm just going to shuffle them up in there. I don't want to take any chances, but it is what it is. We're going to get, I think that's the deputy. So let me get his card out. I believe that's Deputy Schmidt, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just flip through these and see. Boom, boom, boom. He's a good one too. You know, it never hurts to have anybody that has some military or police training. There is, yeah, Deputy Schmidt. He's going to be our second character. And now we have 2 more to go. So let's get the bag out again. Hope we do get someone with some scientific background. I don't even know if, you know, may decide not to do the super weapon. It depends on how the game flows, but we'll see. Okay, and then we get, whatever. You know what? I think somebody else played. I'm going to put him back because I think someone else had him in play in another playthrough I saw. Let's just make sure we got some different people in here. Let's see. Okay, we get, okay, I think this is the old scavenger dude. I can't remember his name, but yeah, he's pretty cool. Let's see if I can find him real quick. He might be kind of one of the enhanced heroes. No, I don't think so. Anyway, I'm looking for him. Oh, I thought it was, yeah. Where is he? Gosh, I'm having trouble finding these guys. There's a lot of cards in the game. That's good. So we got Mr. Johnson. He's pretty cool. We'll deal with all their special abilities in a moment. And he will go here as well. And then we're going to pick our last character, our 4 characters that are going to be supporting the town of Farmingdale as heroes. Let's see what we get. Ooh, I don't know that one. He looks like a special agent or something, and I'm going to guess that he is. Let's see. I'm going to flip through and find his card. I don't think he's a scientist, though, so that may have made a decision for us. Maybe I should have picked a scientist as one of my goals. Oh, well, it actually, he is. Okay, can be moved to the hospital staff or laboratory space. This is Alan Zeno Jones. He is a science guy. So we got a scavenger, a law enforcer, a military, and a science. Where did he go? He's got some special abilities. We'll go over those next. Okay, no, we're not. We're going to continue on with the setup. So now we have to do the Fate deck and the Fate cards. And that is these right here. Okay. So we got 3 levels. Now the levels are marked on the level that we're playing. So you can see we have a blue mark card, a green mark card, and a yellow mark card, level 1, 2, and 3. And you can see that in the level we've chosen, the brains level, level 3, we are in fact having all 3 of those in there. So, when it says to shuffle the Fate together and place it face down. So, basically, we are going to take all 3 of these decks, and we are going to shuffle them together, and that's going to make up our Fate deck. And Fate cards come out at various intervals depending on the event cards that come out and take place. So, again, I'm not going to shuffle these up on camera. I'll just do a little shuffle, and then I'll shuffle them more off camera so we have a nice, good mix of cards. But that is the Fate draws. So then the next part is the next part we do is we start to build our event deck, and that gets a little complicated. So I'm going to show you that on the chart, and then I'm going to go do it. I'm not going to do it in front of you. I just want you to see how it works. You can see that we have 4 sets of cards here. Okay, these are the level 1 cards, which we're going to take X number of for our deck. These are level 2. You can see that. Sorry, other way around. These are level 1. You can see they're green. Oh, wait a second. No, there we go. The stars are the, anyway, don't worry about that. These are level 1. These are level 2. Level 3. And our end card, our end game condition card, which we won't know what it is until we get to the end of the game, and then we find out. Hopefully, it's like one like this. You won! Whew, that'd be awesome. Okay, but we're going to have to build this deck. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to divide up the stars on these. Now we're only going to use in this version of the game. I think we'll do a standard solo game. Yeah, let me think about this. Okay, so with our level 1 cards, we have to separate out. See these ones here that have the question mark, these exclamation point. These are special events. And we're going to separate out because in our plan, we actually, for the first level of the deck, we don't have any of those. We just have 2 of the regular ones. So we got to go get all of those special ones out of the deck here. And it looks like there's 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's 2 more, and then that's it. And this is going to comprise the top of our deck, right? So this is going to be the lowest level part of the deck, and it's going to ratchet up in difficulty and issues for us as it goes. So I'm going to just pick 2 at random. Boom. Boom, and that's going to be the first part of it. Okay, and again, it's only 2, and I'm going to show you why I'm saying that. Oh, yeah, sorry, it's 3. We're going to do a standard solo. So 1 more event card. There. Got 1 more event card there. We're following this table right here. Okay, so you see that we get, in the next one, we're going to get 2 specials and 7 regular events of level 2. So now that I've completed these, I don't need the level 1s anymore. I'm not going to look what they are. I'm just going to go put them aside. And I'm going to take out the level 2 ones. And I'm going to, get rid of those as well. I'm going to then separate out the special ones for level 2, because we will take some of those as well. It doesn't look like there's only 3 in that as well. So it looks like we'll be using 2 of them, 2 of the 3 there. So let's do that. We'll just shuffle these 3 up. These are the 3 specials. We're going to pick 1 and 2. That one will go back, and then we're going to shuffle the regular ones up, and we're going to pick 7 of those. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's going to be the level 2 cards that we have in our deck, our event deck that we're building. And this adds for a much bigger variety of gameplay, so the gameplay is definitely not rote. It won't be the same every time. Now we're going to do our level 3s. Now for our level 3s in our deck construction, we need 2 specials and 6 regular cards. So there's the regular ones. There's probably going to be 3 special. What do you think? What do you think, guys? 2 and 3 and 4. Well, there's 4 of those this time. Okay, so we'll just do these first. We have the regular ones out. We're going to draw 6 of those. And that's going to be, let me just get these lined up here. 1, 2, I'm pulling them out of different places just to continue the randomization. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that is that. All right, now I got to do 2 of these ones, 2 of the specials, and these are worse, by the way. And so we're going to have 2 of those. So I'm going to randomize those up. We're going to get 1 and 2. There. I don't know what difference that made. They're all bad, but trying to get lucky with my draws. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to pick. Now, normally the end game is, where is it? National Guard. Where's that? I'm looking for the National Guard one. Where is the National Guard end card? Huh? It's not in my stack here. It's there somewhere. Okay, I got to find that because I'm going to have to pick one of these. But we're going to remember we're using we're using all 3 of these. So 0, and these ones right here, the 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to shuffle those up, and it says that the end condition can be from any one of those. So we're just going to draw 1 at random, and boom, there we go. Now in the normal game, the National Guard shows up, and all is well, and they save the day, yada yada, blah blah blah. Now there are also level 4 cards and higher cards that make it worse. So we're going to take this little deck here. We're going to kind of shuffle a little bit more, put this one, the end one, on the very bottom, boom. Then we're going to shuffle the level 2s a little more, boom. And then we're going to shuffle our level 1s. Boom. Okay, that is our deck, guys. That is our deck. This is our fate right there in that deck. That is no bueno. Okay, so we're going to spread these guys out too. So we got the Farmingdale guys. We got Captain Piazza. I got to look and make sure, draw out their special tokens if they have any, which I'm sure they will. We're going to have the space all set up for that. Okay, now I think we're getting close to the end of the actual setup piece. Yes, this does require some setup. So we already did the, we did this heroic civilian. So now we have to do is build a research deck. So to build the research deck, which starts at level 3, we're going to place the DPC commission card. I got to get that out. So here is the all of the cards for. I'm getting out all the cards for the research deck. So here's the DPC commission card. That means the DPC the commission of the super weapon. And then a card near the play area in easy view. Shuffle all the special lab research cards with the exclamation in two different piles, right? So there's 2 types. There's early research and then late research. So we're going to divide those out. I'll do that off camera. Okay, so now what we do with the late research cards is we're going to prepare them into a deck as well. And basically how that works is we are going to take the ones, you see the ones with the exclamation mark. It looks like we're going to shuffle 2 of the standard. We're going to shuffle 2 of the standard ones into the late research deck. So we're going to take all of these, we're going to shuffle these up. Let's put them right there. And we're going to shuffle the non-special ones actually. Put 2 into that deck. That's going to be our late research. And we'll shuffle those all up. There's 1, 2, okay. And then we're going to shuffle this stack here. And then by the book that we have, we're also going to add in so many early research cards. In a solo medium standard length game, there's going to be 4 early research cards. So we're going to shuffle those up. And we're going to deal out 4. So 1, 2, 3, and I'll take one from the middle. 4, boom, there we go. That is our research deck right there. We're going to shuffle these up. Put them on top, pow, and now we have our research deck set up. And now I do believe we're ready to rock. I don't think there's much left to go. Just looking for the, okay, we did the deck construction. We're supposed to do the early, if you follow the rule flow, we would have done the research deck first, but it doesn't matter. For the level, we need to gather our components. We've done that. And then we get a player aid, which we have done. We have that. Now I'm going to show you a little bit about the player aid. It tells you the sequence of play very clearly. Shows you all the actions that you can take. Actions cost action points. It shows you hand-to-hand combat and gunfire attack. And I'll go over those when we get into them. And also foraging. And then on this side, it just has an icon key symbol. So, and it also shows what the different bad Zeds are if we get the super Zeds out, which, knowing, with my luck, we certainly will. But that is basically going to mark the setup of our game. Now, as you can see, we are ready to knock this out. We got all kinds of things going on. I need to review all of the player special things and make sure I'm looking to see if any of them have a special token, other tokens. It doesn't look like it. I'm going to have to look at that. It doesn't look like Deputy Schmidt, Mr. Johnson, or Alan Zeno. The only one that had and Captain Piazza, none of them have special additional tokens. So we're really limited to this one, the player token that we have, or the Zeds, the WZED emergency broadcast token, and the player token that we have, plus whatever player actions we get from our event draws. So to get started, I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw our event card and show you what it is, show you how we look at it, and then that'll stop this episode. We'll move on to the next episode. So let's draw that. Our very first event. Dum 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 dum. Boom. Okay. So 4R. What does that mean? That means the refugees. Blah 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 blah. There's gonna be 1 movement, but none of them can move right now because they're all defiant, except for the ones in town. So that's again refugees. Anyway, that's what's going to happen. So then we're going to roll for the outbreak, but we don't have to bother with that either because the outbreak level is at 0, so we don't have to do that. We don't have to have anybody eat. It says 0, but we only have to worry about that if there are people in the hospital. Now, though, we have a problem. We're going to have Zeds. Yeah, we are. It also says at the beginning of this phase, place a new random available hero unit in either town center or any start space. Wow, that is super, super awesome. We just got a new hero so we're going to have 5 characters. A hero arrives. I didn't even read the title. Oh, that's so awesome. Let's see who that is. I think we're going to have to put him back in the bag. It would be so cool if it was the guy with the big truck. There's a guy with a truck that just mows zombies down. Okay, let's draw out and see what we get. Oh, man, we got the other character I thought about getting. She's really awesome. Okay, so we now have 5 characters. Of course, it doesn't change how many actions we get, which is a problem. But I need to get the characters back out. I'm going to show you who that is. This is a good start for us. Alyssa darling, and she's an assassin. So she's got some super cool abilities. She does not, however, have another token for actions, so they still don't get any extra actions. But man, that is so good. And then actions. Now this is symbol here, the 2 with the Z. That's for cooperative play. We're not doing that. So we see that we get 2 actions. So boom, we know we're going to have at least 3 actions plus whatever we can do with the Farmingdale guys. That means I'm going to leave the event card right here. We're going to leave that just ready out at the table, and I'm going to review our characters, get back, and next time I come back, we're going to start right into it with our player actions for the turn. So guys, Dawn of the Zeds 3rd edition. I love this game. By the way, the mounted board, the components are all super cool. The only thing I'm not thrilled about, they're okay though. These dice are printed. I like engraved dice. But every other component is absolutely fantastic. And what I did was I have just some army counter trays that I use to put all the tokens in and separate them out, which you'll need probably 1 or 2 of those or some other storage device. The box is really deep. Also, there's a whole bunch of other books that come with this game. Maybe I'll talk about those as we go along. But for now, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me in this. I hope you find this game fun. This game is tough, guys. You're going to probably laugh at the terror that comes across me as I'm trying to beat back these zombies. But I think you'll enjoy it. Thanks, and I'll talk to you soon.